good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to today. We got an interesting video. But I've been telling you guys the last video I said women they are very selfish. Today we're gonna talk about women knows exactly what they mean want, but they are being selfish and self-centered, and then that's why they are acting like the way. And then we're gonna listen to a woman, and then she can explain it why.
Done. And at the same time, women at home are saying, where are all the good men? All the good men were ruined by plenty of women. They had money taken from them. They had their finances fucking crumble because of some women. They had their children taken away from them. They lost.
Yes, so everything's the issue. If we go back from the first woman, which is Adam, if you from the Bible, what caused Adam? The first thing that caused Adam was his ribs to create Eve. And then what else caused Adam? The garden caused Adam because Eve was not feeling, and then he gave the fruit to Adam. This is what men have always lost. Men always lose something with your being woman. Woman knows that they understand men has to give her something. Men has to give her either money, love, affection, attention, provision. Women understand that. Women understand men. They understand all that. But the thing about is they are so selfish that they don't want to reciprocate. They don't want to give the man peace, because if they give the man peace, for God forbid, she doesn't feel that the man is earn it. And then that's why they go after taking stuff for men, because they want to break that man in the level that the man has to beg for love, the man has to beg for everything, the man has to chase. That's why they always say he had to be consistent, he got to chase her down, because they want the man to be begging to worship her. That's why it was never about love. Women understand, you guys. Women understand. For example, when the bad boy, when she met the bad boys, what happened? She knows the bad boy what they want. They're gonna give him the best sex, the best time, and then she's not gonna be naggy, because she's naggy with the bad boy gonna drop her. Because the bad boy's already broken by a bad woman. And she want to be that good woman, even if she's bad, she want to be that woman who change the other bad boy. That's why they're submissive to the bad boy. That's why they're obedient to the bad boy. And for you, they don't want to clean, they don't to cook. They give you all that combativeness, because they know that in their nature, they have to break you down. And then once you broke down, this is when she can chase you. She wants you to worship her as a God, that she's the one that's gonna come in and fix you. They understand that. That's why the player, they always chase the player. And they act as a victim that they don't know that's what happening. They want to be that special. That's the one that's gonna change everything. They want to be that person.
Lost jobs. They tried to give and give and give all the fucking time, and all these women did was belittle them, disrespect them, mental abuse, physical abuse. There is so much abuse involved now that the good men are fucking done.
I don't blame them. I don't blame them. The reason why I don't blame them is simple, is that the abuse is of the chart. Remember, she first of all, they have to you be a provider. Now that be a provider, you're gonna clean up the house, you gotta take out the kids, you gotta go grocery, you gotta read your mind, and next thing you know, you're gonna be feminine also nature to understand whatever she's going through, and then next thing you know, to be ruthless to other women, not to listen to other women. On top of that, you have to be a leader, and you have to make money. You got to have a lot of extreme of income, and on top of that, you have to be 6 foot tall, you have to be athletic, you have time to have to the gym, and you have time to do all that. But at the same time as well, you have the time for her, to give her affection, and so on and so forth. At the end of the day, what's left for men? What's left for men? You're gonna tell me, oh yes, at least he has a woman next to her, and then he can talk to, and then he have sex with, and that's it. That's all it is. And after the sex is done, what happening? The man has to get up and then go to the job and pay for her Uber if she want to go home, and then pay for whatever else going on. Have you not seen what's going on here? Women understand men. That's why once a man is married, she will do anything in her power to take the husband from the other woman. She will do that. The reason why she do that, because she know exactly what she wants. She know how to please a man. That's why when they go to break up, that's why when they want a man, they go on beyond to do whatever. They make themselves available. They cancel plan, and they not listen. They come back to, they understand men. Don't feel for that BS. They understand men, but they choose not to give you the same attention, the same thing that you want, because you're the guy that's a back burner. You're the guy that she doesn't want. You're the guy that's didn't give it tingle. You're the guy that she want just for money, not for other things. Women knows what a man want. They know. They know exactly. They say all this thing, I want to have value, man. It's not about the have value, man. Because what happened is they want that, they want to broke that man. That's all it is. They want to broke that man. It's all about brokenness. They want to break men so bad that right now they feel entitled. That's why they say all these things, because they feel entitled. But they understand what they may want. They know since they were young, they are little, they serve men. They serve their bosses when they go to work. When they go to school, they serve their friend, their teachers, their counselor, their coach. They understand men. They understand. They understand it. But they are so focused on themselves and selfish on themselves that they refuse to give all of herself to you as a man, but she wants you for as a man to give everything towards her, as same thing in the garden. That's what happens with it all over again, because at the end of the day it's gonna cost the man his ribs, which is his blood, which is his work, with retirement, his home, and next thing you know, this man gonna run dry. And then sometime, most of the time, unfortunately, most of the men lose their life. And what she gonna do about it? Just smile and walk away, because this is the nature of women. They understand men. That's the saddest part, is they understand. They understand the word to articulate, to arouse you, and then they say the word to make you mad, and they say they are manipulating to use their word properly. But at the end of the day, they choose to be the one that's gonna be inflicted the wound instead of give you peace. Don't make it for the woman. They understand. They've been on it for long enough. They see it. They have internet. They have show drama. They've been doing the show drama. They know all the show dramas. They see a woman treat men badly at the end up, but they see also a woman treat men good at the end up. They know that, but they don't want men to worship her. That's why they're on the TV. And men is waking up fine and understand that part.
They're not going to sit there and listen to the BS no more. They're not going to sit there and keep being disrespected. A man wants one thing in a relationship more than he ever wants love, and that's respect. And if you can't provide him with that, move the fuck over.
So that's the whole idea. They know they have to give him respect. That's why when she's become starting disrespecting you, and she's become cursing you, and then yelling at you and then be loud in public, ditch you out. It's just getting worse from now. From there, it's just getting worse. She just see you as somebody that's a rock. She gonna walk through you. That's why don't take BS for women. They know who they can respect. They know who they can love. They know that. They understand it. But they pick and choose who she gonna give it to. But most of the time they give it to the men that's not available because the men that's not available women are not worth it, and then they preserve themselves from hurting. That's why they stay away from women. They occupy themselves with other stuff. But you as a new man that's a naive and innocent, and then you don't understand that, you cater to them, and then she feel like she got the hick for you because now she get control for you because you already give her the best thing ever of life, which is your time, your energy, resources. The Bible didn't give her nothing, only the D, and that's it. That's what they after you. They after to take, and then that's what they trap after the Bible because the Bible is not available. They want the Bible to open up, and she can take whatever remaining from the Bible because the Bible has already his heart broken, and then she's the one gonna try to heal his heart, for him to open his heart, and then she can break it again and take the rest of the heart. That's all it is about. Men only want you to broke men. They want broken men. They If you're not broken enough, she's not gonna find you attractive. This is the reality of it. Don't be fooled. Women understand men. They understand men. That's why when they go to job, they know how to dress up, they know how to talk, they know how to do for an interview. They understand all that. But you think they don't, but they do. When they understand, when they want a man, what they do, they go to church, they dress up differently, they talk differently, they maneuver differently. After they got a man, they change the narrative. When they go to the street, when they go to a party, they know how to dress up to chase a man. They dress up provocatively, their boobs out, their legs out, their cleavage out. They know all that to do to attract them. They know, they understand men. But once they get a man, they want that man to suffer, which is for men to sacrifice everything. And this is where the men say they have enough and they are done because it's not even worth it. And guys, thank you guys for watching the video. Give me a like, subscribe, and shout out to Darius M. And I take this video from him. Send a like and then a share and some love, subscribe. And guys, that's the next one. Ciao.